People often ask me what my favorite item is in the museum's collection here at the Independent Seaport Museum. This has to be the #1 choice. Hi there, my name is Pete Seibert. I'm the CEO of the Independent Seaport Museum. And over the years that I've worked here, one of the things that really impresses me, not only because of its history, but its incredible beauty, is this presentation sword. It's a piece that every time I look at, I find something new to discover about it because it's just so beautifully executed. It's a sword that was presented to Commodore James Biddle. And James Biddle was the brother of Nicholas Biddle, the famed financier and businessman. This Biddle was a University of Pennsylvania graduate, and he served during the War of 1812 in the U.S. Navy. And why I'm so excited about showing this is the 250th birthday of the U.S. Navy in 2025. And in fact, in October here at the Seaport Museum, we'll be hosting a whole range of events around the birthday of the Navy. This treasure, however, is just so special, and it really can only be seen with through the lens of a camera because the details are very, very small. Biddle was in command of a ship, the USS Hornet, and it was one of a number of ships that were sent out to engage the British Navy during the War of 1812. And I'll read you a little bit about the action for which Biddle came to be known and for which this sword was presented. Biddle was about to drop anchor when a sail was sighted to the southeast. He went to investigate. This was the brig sloop HMS Penguin, commanded by Captain James Dickinson. Sometime earlier, Penguin was sent from Cape Town, Africa, to hunt an American privateer, which had been attacking British merchant ships. As soon as Hornet was sighted, and that of course was Biddle's ship, Dickinson prepared to engage. Penguin had the weather advantage, and for a time, Hornet ran before the Penguin, which meant that Hornet was at risk of being sunk. The two vessels exchanged broadsides for about 15 minutes. Dickinson turned downwind to close with Hornet in an attempt to board and capture the ship. He was killed in the process, however. Penguin's bowsprit rammed across Hornet's mast between the main and mizzen masts, badly damaging the American rigging. Penguin's crew did not attempt to board the Hornet, however, and Hornet's crew in turn tried to board the Penguin. And this was how naval battles were fought, going back and forth between the ships trying to capture them. Biddle stopped his crew from going over to the other ship because he believed that in fact the British had surrendered, which they actually hadn't. They continued to fight, and the battle raged on. As the two ships separated, Penguin's foremast fell, breaking off. The brig was so battered by American shot and unable to maneuver that the second in command on the Penguin surrendered. The British had lost 14 men and 28 wounded. The Americans only lost 2 killed and 7 wounded. Biddle returns to Philadelphia and a hero's welcome, and this sword is presented to him by the city. And as I move away, and we will have some close-ups of this, you can actually see 2 exquisitely painted plaques that were inset into this gold embossed sword, one showing the Penguin and the Hornet in battle, and the other one showing the Hornet. They really are quite striking, and were the kind of thing in this period that cities and businessmen would order and commission to be given to military heroes. And certainly Biddle was one of those.